Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Living in Fear. This is a bonus episode where we will be talking about The Last of Us, the latest episode, episode 4, day 1. I'm Luis. I'm living in fear.
And I'm Mia, and I'm living in fear.
Yes, we're all living in fear. Just want to start off by saying happy birthday, Mia.
Thanks.
We're recording on May 4th, and it's Star Wars. It's easy to remember because Star Wars Day is always Mia's birthday.
May the
Mia, you
fourth
want?
be with you.
Huh?
May the fourth be with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you. You want to tell our listeners about the present I gave you?
Oh yeah, since it's on theme,
Mm-hmm.
you got me the Last of Us PS5 controller.
Yep. Ordered it, what, about a month ago? So it's just been sitting there for like a month?
Yeah, you wrapped it, and it's just been sitting next to me on my desk. So every time we do the podcast, I get to sit here and stare at it, but I had to open it finally, and yeah, I really like it.
I'm
I
glad.
like I like black and white things in general. And I mean, like the little designs in the black aren't like all my favorite, but overall I really like the controller as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's fun to like kind of look at the little things and like see what each thing represents. And yeah, I like the feel of it. It has like nice texture to it, and we needed a new controller and I definitely wasn't expecting it. So that was cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't actually guess what was your present. I feel like you always guess everything I give you.
Yeah. Like maybe if I really had tried, I would have guessed a controller. I still wasn't thinking that way. But I guess like the size of the box and everything, like maybe if I really had tried to figure it out. But I definitely would have never guessed like that one. I would have just thought it was just like a basic one.
Yeah.
Because by the time I learned about it, it was already sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I don't pay attention to all that stuff. Like the classic controller. I didn't find out about that one until it was already sold out. And I was like, oh man, that was kind of cool. Maybe I would have gotten that one. And yeah. So yeah, it
Yeah.
was cool.
I'm glad you like it. I wasn't sure how you were gonna feel about the design since a bunch of people online really don't like it.
I think the coloring and stuff is a big part of like what makes it for me. And like I said, I like the texture of it. I
Mhm.
don't still something about it like where like maybe it's the super like Nintendo, like that kind of like plastic or
Mhm.
like cartridges and stuff that it like reminds me of. Still don't know if it's that exactly. Maybe though. I don't know. There's just something about it that feels like nostalgic to me that like
Yeah. Well,
I like.
it's probably still the same material that other controllers use. It's just the white part is the black part on regular controllers.
I don't know. The other ones seem so smooth. Always. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Or maybe they're just always like so worn out from us using them so much. But I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at like the PS4 controller right now and it's not
Yeah.
the same exactly. I don't know. Maybe I'm imagining things.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I really like the controller. I think it's probably a little bit busy,
yeah.
but I mean, if you know The Last of Us, you pretty much get every reference that's on the controller. There's probably about what, like 40
There's a lot. Yeah.
items
I
on the
don't even know if
controller.
I know them all.
Yeah.
Like I got to do my research and be like, okay, well, what is this symbol? What is this symbol? Or, but yeah, yeah, it's a little busy. they're a little the little designs are a little cartoony,
Mm-hmm.
but overall, as a like full controller, I like it.
Yeah.
Certainly, like not my favorite one like ever created, but I don't know what controller like would be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I always like can find a problem with like something, but overall, yeah. I mean, white and black. That's a color scheme I would definitely pick, and like I said, I like that it's not all like super shiny and stuff, and I like it. You got the little moth, got the firefly symbol,
And the wolf
and the wolf.
representing the WLF, which
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about this
Yeah.
episode. All right,
You want
let's
to get
get
into it?
yeah, let's get to it. We're recording this pretty late. We had a busy day since it was Mia's birthday, but we uh, we really wanted to talk about it. So here we are, in the middle of the night, recording this podcast. Last of Us, season 2, episode 4. All right, we're gonna talk
Day
about
one.
yeah, day 1. We're talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen The Last of Us, please go see it and then come back and listen. All right, you've been warned. Mia, what did you think of this episode?
I am mixed. I
Okay.
liked seeing more of Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't like the romance.
No, not feeling
I
it.
just it just feels kind of like they input it in weird times,
Yeah.
and I really like the Dina actress, but like it feels like she's just so like heavy-handed with it. Like it's so like I don't know how to phrase it. Do you know what I mean though? And I guess that's how like Dina is as a character. She's kind of like go out and get the things that you want in life.
Like, are you saying the character is not quite there, or you think the actress is not making the right decisions, or what is it about it that you don't, that you're not feeling? Like,
Um,
like, is it an acting thing or is it a character thing?
like it's a little bit of both with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like almost Ellie is a little too nonchalant about everything. And I get that like Ellie's supposed to be like, oh, like totally into like Dina, but like, oh, Dina's out of my league and Dina's straight and she's with Jesse or whatever. Like, anybody like Dina could have anyone she wants. Why would she want me?
Yeah.
And then like trying to like hide it that she doesn't actually have a huge crush on her. Um, but yeah, and then Dina is pretty confident in herself as a person. And like I said, when she like wants something, she just will go out and get it. She will be like vocal about things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she's just so loud about it in all of her acting choices. Like she's coming on very strong into Ellie. And it feels a little out of nowhere on her end.
Yeah.
And Ellie just feels a little too reserved about it or something. It's just, and I don't think it's the all the actors' fault. I think I see the choices that they're making and them trying to work it with the script, but I just think the like, sex scene type thing was like really like, and I would have that complaint with like a straight couple or I don't care who the actors are. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk about Roswell because I talk about Roswell and how much I love Roswell. Um, I really bought the chemistry between Max and Liz in the show.
Hmm.
I really liked it and all. But it always bugged me when they would come out of like a life and death situation or something, and then all of a sudden they're just like hot and heavy making out, like going at it. And you're just like, I don't know, man, you're not even out of danger yet, and you're like full on going at it. Like it's just too much too quick for me. Like,
Hmm.
and maybe it's just I'm not that type of person, you know? Like I just if I something happened, like maybe I would kiss you or something, but like I think I would just mostly want to like hug you and hold you and embrace you and like,
Yeah.
be like you're here. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't feel the need to be like, let's hook up right now. Like, and so that scene just felt very, you know, I don't know. What do you think of it all?
I think I have mixed feelings about that scene as well. Um, but again, that's I don't know if it's because I'm biased because I've played the game and I really love this scene in the game.
Hmm.
And the sex scene in the game is not in this part. It's
No,
earlier.
it's in the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's in episode 2 of the show. Back in Jackson.
I just kind of bought it more in the 7-Eleven because it's just kind of them like messing around and
Yeah.
like,
And there's no threat or
mhm.
danger. Like they're just, doing their regular patrols and that's when
And
it
it feels a
happens.
little more casual in that,
Hmm.
whereas like this is like so all of a sudden they're like deep into emotions and like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna have a baby together. And it's just like it's just
Yeah, yeah.
and I get they just had like a life and death situation, but I still it is still very funny though that it's like even in the game, I didn't pay attention to that, but when I was rewatching someone else like play the game, they
Hmm.
made the comment that it's always like weird to them that Ellie just revealed that like she's immune and it's like this big thing, and then like Dina like one ups her or takes the attention away from that and is like, I'm pregnant. But I've never had a problem with that in the game.
Yeah.
But it was like it did seem more odd in this, especially because you have the I'm immune, like she finally realizes she is immune, she believes it, and then it's like I'm pregnant. Also, make out. Like it just cuts from like one thing to the other to the next. Like it's just
Yeah. Um. Okay, so that's like in the middle of the episode. How about we just back up a little bit? So this episode opens with
Isaac.
no, the man himself, Josh Peck.
Yeah, said it's Isaac and his people. I'm not going to comment on Josh Peck.
Why was Josh Peck here?
I don't
So
know.
random.
I'm not. I'm not one to hate on people, so I'm just not gonna comment. He's an okay actor. Like he's been in other stuff. He's always fine.
What'd you think of
He's just got a
this?
little bit of an internet personality. Um, of the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I found it like I found it interesting that Isaac killed all of those people, but then kept that one guy alive. And it was like, oh, make your choice. And I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, well, clearly he's not gonna want to die.
Hmm.
So like if he shoots you, those other people are just gonna shoot him. So like he's not gonna go against Isaac in that moment. But it's also like in my mind, that's just not creating someone loyal to you. Like, yeah, he's gonna like go with you all, but he's gonna in the back of his mind be like, this guy like betrayed all these people for the rest of his life, right?
I don't know. I think.
I just even if he didn't like the other people, I just still
Well, what is actually happening in this scene?
yeah, I don't know. I was a
Like he's
little
Fedra. He's traveling to this place with other Fedra people, and he's like a leader of Fedra. And he
mm-hmm,
meets up with this new group,
mm-hmm.
who I assume will become the WLF.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a way to buy their loyalty. Hey, I want Fedra to. I want to wipe out Fedra, and we want to create our new government. And then maybe the reason why he did keep that guy alive was because he was sort of the one who wasn't indoctrinated by Fedra yet, by this Fedra mindset. Because he's the one that asked, what did he ask? He's like, what does that mean? Or he asked something that the other ones
Yeah.
thought him stupid for asking, or something like that.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, even if you don't like if I was in a cult and there was somebody else in the cult with me, and then one day they just up and shot everybody in the cult but me, and then we're going to work with some other people, like still wouldn't I would still question that person. Like, I don't know. It's just
I
like
mean,
clearly he's showing that he can like lie.
maybe you would though,
I don't know. I just
but
like what makes him not betray you later on when something else happens, or like he just killed the people in cold blood, basically.
I feel like in this guy's mind, he's just trying to survive, and like you said, he has no other choice. But I feel like the more ingrained you are in like this new world that he's building, like I feel like he wouldn't, like, I don't know, I guess Isaac shaped him up to be sort of to worship him in a way, like worship this new ideology or this new leadership. Like I guess that's to show how much power Isaac does have, that he can just completely make somebody follow him blindly. I guess I assume that's what the scene is trying to show, but at the end of the day, it might not
Okay.
work for somebody.
Yeah. I mean, I think I like that idea, but yeah, it didn't work for me. To me, I'm just like, why wouldn't Isaac just kill that guy? Why would you leave that one guy alive? But yeah, I mean, if that's what they're trying to show.
Because you do see him later on, the guy. He's outside the door when he's torturing the guy, the Scar.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Uh, yeah. So okay, and then we get this. We get the guitar scene.
Hmm.
What did you think of the song? What did you think of this rendition by Bella Ramsey?
Um, it was fine. I mean, she played the guitar well. You could tell she was actually like playing notes and stuff
Mm.
and learned it, and
And
her
singing.
singing was good. I mean, I've seen her play guitar and sing in like a video before.
Mm.
So I knew she could, and I feel like they've talked about it in interviews. Um, so I'm not surprised that that scene was in here, and I think that's like one of the moments that you see in the trailer
Yeah.
is Dina like watching her all. Um, yeah, it was fine. I don't think it had the same impact that the game has for me, and I think that's going to be my common phrase. I'm going to say that again and again and again, but
Yeah.
There's certain times when I like, like I'm really impressed by the game
Hmm.
or the show. I think the combat stuff in this was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
just the
they,
cinematography is so well done too. Like even
yeah.
just the guitars just laying there
Hmm.
in front of the window.
I mean, just they really get the look of the game. Like it really is crazy how you see it and you're like, wow, this is like straight out of the game. The like
Hmm.
music shop, the building with the wolf people in it, the tunnel, like so much of it is like so familiar. I
Yeah.
do another problem I have with it is they make Dina very good at like everything. Like it's like, oh, we can't go straight for the wolf thing because it's in a tall building. They're gonna they put their name big on that for a reason. They're gonna have a lookout. They're gonna be watching for this. Like, we gotta do this smart. Oh, okay, well then we should look for a different way. Yep, already found one.
Hmm.
Like it just I don't understand why they have Ellie so many times. Like I get that they're trying to show that she's just like reacting, like going, she's like, wanting to kill Abby, so she's just moving fast and not being careful over things and just rushing the whole process. But I don't know, you can still rush and be smart about it. And like every step of the way, they have like Dina being the smarter one. And it's just making Ellie look kind of dumb.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like you're you were really high on Dina this whole season, but it's just I feel like your Dina love has lowered a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dina's supposed to be the voice of reason. I get that. There's so much with this show that I understand what they're going for, and some things hit and some things don't.
Hmm.
And that's the thing with like Bella is I see all the acting choices every single time, and I'm always like, the choices are good. You're making all the right acting choices, but there's just still something that I'm not buying as not even as Ellie, but just as like this character,
Hmm.
even separate from like the game. I just still see the actor making the choices.
Yeah.
And there's times with the other actors that I see that too. I think there's times with, like I said, like even Dina in this episode in particular, like I felt like that. But I feel like, again, all of their acting choices are like right. So I don't have any critique over that. And I like these people and I like these actors. And so I don't want to, like, come down too hard. And I feel like they are getting so much hate, especially Bella, unnecessarily from the internet. And everything online I see is just like so mean. But yeah, sometimes it's just, I just see the actor and not the character. Like they're not fully transformed into the character, but that's just me.
Well, also we're fans of the games and we're very biased. But so I'm really curious to see how other people feel about this episode. I have a feeling that the casuals are gonna love this episode. I feel like they're gonna fall in love in the same way we did with the game during Ellie playing that song, the the reveal, the immune and the pregnancy reveal are all going to be incredible reveals for them.
Hmm.
Like, you know, like we're nitpicking small little details here and there, but I feel like overall this episode's going to hit for people just because they don't know what's going to happen. Like, you know, the people who haven't played the game.
Yeah. I mean, I really liked the last episode.
Yeah.
And the last episode had some sprinkling of like the romance in it.
Hmm.
But I just feel like this one, it just cranked it up to like 100, and I just didn't feel the proper build up to it. I feel like there's a lot in the dialogue to say that like they've liked each other for a while,
Yeah.
but I just don't always see it. Sometimes it's very much the like being told and not being shown, or
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, you're also very critical when it comes
And
to
romances.
romances. Yeah. Like they really have to have chemistry. But you know what? We talked about that a lot. How about we switch topics? Let's talk about Isaac more.
His torture scene.
Yeah. What did you think of there was a penis. What did you think of that
Penis.
scene? Penis.
Um, I liked it. I liked that. I was like, okay, cool. So they are gonna show a little bit of gore and
Mm.
things that are uncomfortable to see. Not only the fact that they're like showing someone naked, but like showing the person getting like tortured and like showing the like burn mark
Yeah.
after like that was done pretty well. And I was like, oh, that actually looks really gross. Because there's just times when like this show, I feel like having such young characters feels a little young for me
Mm-hmm.
compared to like Game of Thrones or other HBO shows that just feel really brutal.
Yeah.
And I feel like Last of Us 2, the game is pretty brutal. So I want the show to match that. And I'm like, it's under HBO, so it should be able to match that. And not even just like things like that happening, not even like gore or like
Mm-hmm.
nudity or sex or anything, but just like, I don't know, like, Joel dying is really brutal. Just the whole like tone is harsh.
Yeah.
So like I want to see that, and I'm like, it's HBO, so you all should be able to get that tone correctly. And so yeah, you see things like that and you're like, ooh, they're not shying away from this. Okay, cool. And we get to see more. We get to see a scar. We hear the term seraphite, hear a little bit more of how they're like, following some woman's thing, teachings or whatever. And you get to see the chicken or the egg argument type thing where it's like, oh, you scars you killed children. How could you do that? And it's like, well, because your people were killing our children. And like, you teach your children to kill others. And it's like, yeah, because you're coming after them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you did this, we did this, like back and forth. And I think that's sometimes life and war things. And
Yeah.
do you think there's a parallel since what is Neil Druckmann?
What do you mean? Well, he's. What do you mean? He's Jewish, right? Is that what you're getting at?
Okay, is that what? Yeah. Because isn't there like people have talked before about how there's like in his like writing, how you can see like him create some parallel sometimes with like Israel and Palestine and all that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I never
So,
actually thought about that. I know I know Colin Moriarty says that a lot. He,
Maybe that's where I got it from.
but like, I have never even thought of that as a thing while playing the
I
game.
hadn't either. And then yeah, that's probably where I heard it
And
from
like,
too. I feel like a couple times I've heard it though. And so like that thing kind of is like, oh, maybe that's kind of
and
one of
like,
those things where people talk about it being a reference.
nobody would ever think that either, right?
Yeah.
Nobody,
I mean, eh,
unless the only reason that's a thing is because Neil Druckmann has come out and said that that's a lot of his
yeah.
inspiration. But I feel
But
like
I don't
nobody
know.
would ever.
Maybe if
I
you're
mean,
more like
you could draw
tied,
parallels to war in anything really, and it doesn't have to
yeah.
be the Palestine and Israel thing. Like it could be many things.
Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe if you have more of a connection to that kind of stuff from your like, background,
Mm-hmm.
then you would pick it on it easier.
Yeah, so I really like this scene too, the torture scene. Mostly because we don't actually get to see a torture scene in the game. Like we
Yeah, they
don't.
always cut away from it. They always imply people being tortured, but then like cut away.
Yeah, like the first time we see Isaac, he's just in the room, just talking to the guy, but you can tell that the guy has been the person being interrogated has been just through hell.
Yeah.
But then he's called away. That's when we see a little more of him, of Isaac.
Hmm.
But I also like all the all his his dialogue too,
Yeah.
in this scene, in the show. We are just talking about pans. It's like finally I get to own these expensive pans, and I'm gonna use them to torture someone.
Nobody can complain about this guy and his interpretation of the character.
I mean, he is one of the people that actually played the same guy in the
That's what I'm
game.
saying. So nobody can complain.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like him. He's not doing this right.
I do like that line too. Like you can tell because he's from a different era too. He's older, so
Yeah.
he knows the old world, and he's like, "You could get these pans at this place. Ah, you wouldn't know anything about that."
Yeah.
And like,
But also
who?
that is,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just say that's also life where it's like, I always wanted one of these. This isn't the way I expected to get it. Like,
I mean, it is kind of crazy though. Like, okay, today, younger people don't get many references, right?
mhm.
Like we're older, I guess. Your dad is, or our parents, probably know things that we don't know because we're just in
Yeah.
different generations. But like, this is on a whole nother level. Like, oh no, the old world I knew is just gone, and you will never get any of these references. And who cares?
Yeah.
Like they're all gone. These things don't matter, and I just like you just kind of see that in that scene.
Yeah.
These freaking
Yeah, I always think
pans.
about that. How weird. But also like how how things will just like stop existing or will be so damaged that, because it's already been what, 20 years since the outbreak?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So like,
20, 24 years, 24, 25 years.
okay, yeah. So it's, yeah, things are gonna not work even if you do find them, or like you're gonna run out of things like okay, you have all these guitars. A lot of them are just getting destroyed, right? Because they're
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there. And then even the good ones, like if you play them a lot, the guitar strings get worn out, so then you have to replace them, but eventually you're just gonna run out of guitar strings, aren't you? And you have these nice like convenient things from the past, like toothbrushes or something, not that they've shown toothbrushes, but and eventually you're gonna run out of those, or like it's very interesting to see the world in like an apocalyptic type setting
Yeah.
years and years and years later, like decades later.
I'm surprised that Dita even knows what a pregnancy test is.
Yeah. I mean, it probably said on it. It says in pretty big letters, pregnancy test, and
Yeah, I guess if she would have taken the time to read it,
yeah,
maybe, I don't know, maybe,
it'll have directions and everything. And she would have been in there like a hot minute though.
yeah, she would have been
Like
there.
a bunch of,
If she took four tests, she
I
took
mean,
it
I'm sure
four
she
times.
like did them all at
Oh,
once,
yeah,
I
I guess
guess.
she could have done it all, them all at once.
But like, I don't know. I don't know that like you would have necessarily. I feel like you would do one, wait for it to kind of start showing, and then the second you're like, oh my gosh, let me do another one. Let me do. But I mean, I guess if it's pregnant and you're that far along, both lines would come up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, let's talk
Yeah.
about the tunnels.
Hmm.
What do you think of the tunnels? I really love the tunnels.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, like I said, I liked them meeting the wolves in the
Mm-hmm.
building. I mean, the wolf, a couple of the soldier people, I was like, I don't feel like that's how you actually clear a room. Like he didn't even look to his right at all.
Yeah.
Um, but it was like, like they were coming in and I was like, I don't know if the show wants me to believe at this point that like Ellie and Dina could just like take these people on because I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Like these people are like military trained.
Yeah.
Like I get that like Dina and Ellie and stuff have been training too, but they train more against infected.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been training to take on like other like normal uninfected people.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that it just didn't have them just doing a shootout and like somehow managing to kill like all
Right.
those
No.
people.
Yeah. They made me believe it.
Yeah.
Even Bella's jujitsu, I kind of believe.
Yeah. She did the knife stabby in the neck.
Yeah.
Very Ellie. Yeah.
But yeah, we also see wolves hanging with
Hmm.
their guts spilling out.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, another like, okay, cool. They're going there. They're showing some stuff.
And yeah, and this scene is literally from straight out of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Dina's line. Man, Seattle's fucked up.
Yeah. It's like, what are y'all doing here? Like, people hunting people. Again, it's not something that they're used to seeing.
And they
I
probably,
think that,
I mean, they're probably used to raiders and stuff, but like, no, this seems like an all-out war against some weird cultish group.
yeah. But even like raiders, are they even really like used to raiders per se? If
I
like,
think they did mention raiders in some of the last episodes.
yeah, but like it's probably not like a super common thing,
Yeah.
especially since like Jackson is pretty like conquered down, and I don't know how many people would just like want to go into there. But I guess maybe if they're out and about, but still, it's just still not like their main focus.
Yeah.
And raiders are probably a bit different from like this big like military group with bulletproof vests and machine guns
Yeah.
and then yeah, to see like these other people with so you have people using machine guns and tanks and stuff, and then you have these other people using like bow and arrows, and it's like, what the heck? Like,
And gutting people and hanging them.
yeah, putting like religious messaging on the walls, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's very like, what is happening here? What did we like walk into? So yeah, and then they get into the tunnels, and I kind of figured, the infected were gonna come and kill the military people
Yeah.
because that's how else would they have like killed these people?
Yeah, I think the show is doing a good job of making me believe that they're not like per se like experts at doing this, but like they're just getting really lucky.
They're getting lucky and they're figuring their way out in different ways.
Yeah.
It's not just because they're these like crazy like assassins or something,
Mm-hmm.
but that
Okay.
they are, skilled a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what?
I was gonna say, so what did you think of the? Okay, so this is a big deviation from the game, and I'm not gonna say how it deviates because apparently we are getting some of that later, according to what I've seen from the showrunners. So Ellie gets bit to to
Again.
to save Dina.
Yeah.
This is a little different from the game.
Yeah.
But what did you think of her just I don't know, the whole scene of her just getting saving Dina from a bite.
It was fine. I
Yeah.
mean, it made sense. If she knows she can't get killed from it and she sees it coming directly for Dina.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she does care for Dina.
Yeah.
I what I wanted to ask you before we get to that part, while they're in the subway, what did you think? Like, Dina's like, she shoots people real quick. She got so many headshots in a row, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's like, bang, 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 bang. Like, got all headshots. And then, like, Ellie's firing, but, like, Ellie's firing with just, like, one hand
Yeah.
and just kind of, like, not fully, like, in a great position. And again, I was like, again, they're showing, like, Dina to be, like, more skilled than Ellie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, she looks like more trained, more with
Yeah.
weapons. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like she could be at, I guess. But the show didn't really show that. Like, at no point in time did they say, "Oh, I was been training all my life," or "I'm from
Yeah.
originally from Texas," and we were right. She's from Texas, I think.
I mean, they did show her like eagerness to learn everything though. Like, she like sat down with Joel and was like, "Show me how to do this." So like clearly she's going out of her way to learn things and to train and, all of this and that.
Yeah.
But I just find it weird that again and again they keep like having her be better at like everything than Ellie. And like maybe that's for like more of a Ellie change, like to give her more of an arc
Mm-hmm.
and show her growth through the season or something, but I just I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they've changed Ellie a lot in more ways than one, and it's just kind of like she's a lot more bratty, she's a lot more this, she's not as good as this, she's more I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like at first it's like, yeah, it's fine that she's bratty because then this serious thing is going to happen and this and like so you like can justify it all, but it just becomes a lot and it's a lot that you're kind of like creating reasons for and justifying it and it's just a lot. But yeah, the bite scene was fine. And then they go into the theater
Mm-hmm.
again right out of the game.
Yeah. And then it's yeah. So this scene is also very different, and we've already talked about it a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I actually thought it was kind of cool how, I don't know, maybe let's see what you think about the whole Dina getting ready to shoot Ellie
Yeah.
and
No,
like,
I think that made sense for the Dina character that we know so far.
yeah, and she's just going through a lot emotionally in that moment. It's like, why did you just save me? Why did you have to do that? And then
Yeah.
like,
And she
I,
doesn't want to lose someone
yeah,
else.
but I did like this tension between them. Like, hey, and then, Ellie really trying to calm her down and convince her that, hey, I'm immune. Just
Yeah.
watch me. Here, I'm gonna lay down on this couch. Just watch me all night. Trust me, like I'm not gonna turn.
Hmm.
So I like all that. I
Yeah.
feel like I like all of that leading up to, yeah, maybe the sex scene. I don't know.
I laughed about Dina turning off her flashlight just to bring up the lantern instead.
Yeah, why did she do that?
I have no idea. That was such a like weird choice.
I guess maybe
I think
maybe
they just wanted her coming closer with a lantern and then dropping it on the ground.
no,
I don't know.
I mean I guess the argument there is that she just didn't want to flash blind Ellie anymore.
Yeah. And she wanted herself to be visible to Ellie too. But yeah, it was just kind of like a weird, I don't know. I don't think they needed to do that way. And again, it's just like I like the Ellie and Dina coupling, especially in the game. I'm still undecided in the show. I think
Hmm.
it can still work. I
Yeah.
think they're both like cute. I don't know that the chemistry is there like 100%. I think
Hmm.
it could be. I think it's just that it feels very from 0 to 100, and even there could have been more build up in that moment.
Yeah.
Like I think the tone change was like
So why did she decide, like, what is it about this moment that made Dina go in for the kiss? Like, what is the, I guess, what's the subtext there? Okay, so Ellie just revealed that she's immune and that she's gonna be okay, and she literally just revealed to Ellie that I'm pregnant.
there just wasn't a big enough like beat there, or
Mm-hmm.
they just didn't do the transition well enough to like show that change. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the times shows or movies will kind of do the more cliche route of like close contact,
Mm-hmm.
like you're like comforting someone, or it's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm happy you're alive," or "Oh my gosh, you're pregnant, like you're fine. We'll figure this out," or something, and then like hugging or something, and then it turning into like all of a sudden, "Oh, skin to skin contact. I'm close to you. My heart is beating fast." Oh, that's kind of like the cliche way of doing it.
Yeah.
And here it like really didn't have any like it was just so quick.
Yeah.
I believe that you're immune. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm freaking out about that, but you're going to be okay. I'm so happy you're going to be okay, but also I'm freaking out because I'm pregnant and I freaking love you. Like basically it was
Yeah.
like I don't know, it was a lot. And I think what was also missing was like you don't get any kind of reaction in that moment about Ellie finding out that Dina's pregnant.
Yeah.
Like that's not just something
Yeah. You get
like
almost
a
nothing.
yeah, a lot comes with that.
You get her asking about it later
Yes.
when they've done it, like the next day.
But even that, she's like so comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, I would just have so many questions, and I missed the game thing of "Don't worry, it's not yours."
Damn, that was a good line. Why didn't they add that in there?
I don't know, because that's like a cute little
Yeah.
way to like joke about something really serious.
Like, don't worry, it's not
Um,
yours.
yeah, it's a way to like play it off when the moment is like really intense. But I don't know. I like that Ellie is so supportive of Dina.
Well, here's the other thing. We don't get them fighting at all. Like in this moment in the game, they are. No, no, wait, no, I'm jumping ahead. Just kidding. No, there is a fight later. Okay, got it. Spoiler. No, no, yeah, I'm getting.
Spoiler cut.
I didn't actually say anything. Um, yeah, never mind. So,
Can I tell you that that's going to be my way of if I say something that I want you to edit it out later,
mhm.
I'm going to clap so that the like volume spikes.
Yeah, yeah,
And you're going to see that it's going to be like cut that out.
yeah. That's usually where when I cut out Tally's barks. It's like, oh, I see a spike here.
Yep, that's my thing. I've decided when I worry about you not like going in and editing and cutting out something stupid, I say something. I'm just gonna censor myself and like clap. Okay, go back.
Um, there was something okay, yeah. So the other thing I found weird is Ellie saying we're gonna have a baby together.
hmm That's what I mean. There's like no real like
They've
talking about it
they've
and seeing how you
just
feel.
they've just sealed their they've just had any relation, you know, they've just had a relationship just in this moment, like for the first time, and
And like
now
who
it,
even knows how serious that is though?
yeah,
Just because you like make out with someone, just because you like hook up with someone, have sex or whatever degree of it doesn't mean that like now all of a sudden you're the end all be all.
yeah.
And I mean, maybe it's because they're young, but like they're not like, she's like 19.
Oh no, I was gonna say something about the
Okay.
tension. There is sort of a fight because she says, "You're pregnant? How long have you known?" And she's like, "Maybe a few weeks." And Ellie is mad, like, "A few weeks? Like we could have still turned back." And that's when they have
Yeah.
that little fight.
Yeah, but like very minimal and I don't know.
Like, but you don't get that tension there.
But you still don't get like I don't know. I would have so many questions if like this person I was in love with all of a sudden let me know that they were like pregnant with somebody else's baby.
Yeah.
Like even if you know that person isn't like with that person anymore or like I don't know, but Dina and Jesse have been on and off again for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, clearly. So it's like, how do you know they're not going to be back on, you know?
Yeah.
And then like they talk a little bit about it later about how Jesse's just doesn't feel right and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're both acting their hearts out and trying to have that like chemistry and the I'm in love with this person,
Yeah.
but it just feels and I don't know if that's just because they're both kind of like young as well, or if it's just because enough time hasn't been devoted to like their budding romance.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I don't know. I think it doesn't matter who it was, and if it's a straight couple, a gay couple, young or old, if it was just done that quickly, I think I would still have a problem with it.
Yeah. I do like the line. Oh, I guess Jesse too. I guess we're all just having this baby.
Yeah. I
So,
just,
yeah, he's Yeah, I'm just glad like they're still like, yeah, I guess Jesse's a part of this.
Yeah. I just find it weird for people to be like so chill about that.
Oh, and also, she just got bitten.
Hmm.
It's like, is it really the proper time to have sex with somebody that just got bitten by an infected?
Like if she could like transfer it or what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I don't know.
Like, even Ellie doesn't know how it works, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because we don't even get that line from the game. Because in the game, yeah, she says, don't worry, I can't get you infected. But I also can't even, you know, make you immune either.
Yeah.
Like, we missed that line.
Yeah.
But
Um,
maybe even if that line was here, like, I would have bought it more like, okay, then we can have sex since this is all good. Um, but yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wish we had had that 7-Eleven more thing or like I wish that like maybe they had like made out in the tent
Mm-hmm.
instead and had that like little like moment there where they kind of like start to hook up but then are kind of like questioning like whether it's serious or not or if it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
them seeking human comfort in that moment or them just kind of like testing things out or something, but like I said, it just goes from like 0 to 100 like real quick.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so what happens after this? The last thing we see is a bomb goes off and war has broken out between these, what we presume these two factions. And they go up to the rooftop. And so Ellie says, you can stay here and I'll go. But it ends with them holding hands and saying, we'll do this together. So I don't know if that's. I'm not sure what's going to happen next because, like, I don't know if Dina's going to stay or if they're actually all both going to go.
It sounds like they're both gonna go. That's what I got from it.
Yeah. That's what I
But
got from it too, but I'm talking from the game wise and how those events happen, so.
yeah, I mean, I think that's their plan. Who knows what will happen?
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like that's kind of strategy right now. Still, plan hasn't changed. They're doing it. They're doing it together, and maybe knowing Dina is pregnant is what will force Ellie to slow down and think about things more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
And what happened to Shimmer? Where'd they leave him?
I mean, yeah,
He's still
he's
back.
still just in the guitar shop.
Yeah.
Poor Shimmer, just
Also,
hanging out by himself.
yeah, we skipped.
Herself, himself.
Yeah, in the game, we've completely skipped a scene. Then I'm not gonna say what it is, because one of the
Okay.
characters just doesn't exist in the show.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm wondering if that scene will come up in any way, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about earlier when I was talking about something else, but I just wasn't sure if it was going to happen at a different moment. Because that's what this show has kind of done is it still has a lot of the same things,
mhm,
just at different times or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Overall, yeah, I think I'm also mixed on this episode. I liked a lot of things about it though. Like a lot of the things they just get right, you know?
Yeah.
And then other ones are just I feel like they're just not quite there, and I don't know if it's because my bias towards the game, and I'm curious to see what other people say.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people going into this that have played the game or are familiar with the game that, or at least like the first game, that are going in kind of pessimistic
Mm-hmm.
and already kind of salty about it. And so anything they don't like is just justifying their hatred of it. And, teach their own, whatever. As long as you're being respectful and you can critique people's acting without, like, sending them death threats or hating on them or whatever. Um, I think we're trying to go into it very on a positive note.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to be optimistic. And yeah, I mean, we still have our biases. I love the game, so, I really want to love this. And in some ways, that
Mm-hmm.
maybe will make me less harsh, but in other ways that can make me more harsh because it's like I'm comparing it to the thing that I really love,
Yeah.
and I don't know that I'm setting it up to fail because of that. But at the same time, I want to love this too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's swaying me,
And I
back
want
and forth.
other people to love it too.
Yeah. And again, I'm always very curious with this show and people that just don't know anything about it. It's fun to hear their opinions. So yeah, I mean, I am looking forward to the rest of the season and
Me
any
too.
seasons after that. Currently, I think I'll like the next episode. Again, we don't watch trailers for things, so we
Mm-hmm.
have no idea what is in store for us from the show. Of course, we know the game stuff, but
Yeah.
might
Um.
happen differently.
So this is episode 4. We have 3 left.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
This episode is called Day 1.
Hmm.
So
Big reference to the game.
given how many days there are in the game, I'm just trying to put that into context how many episodes are left.
Yeah,
So that's going to be. I'm just wondering how they're going to end it.
yeah,
What's
yep,
that last episode going to be about, is what I'm really wondering.
yeah. Well, will next week's episode even be day 2, or will it be something else?
Yeah. Yeah,
Will
you're
it
right.
be more stuff that's been happening like back at Jackson since they've been gone? Will it
Mm-hmm.
be covering what's been happening with Abby? Will it cover more of Isaac and the Seraphites? Will it cover, something else entirely? Like, who knows?
I feel like we're not going to get anything from Jackson, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to get any flashback, or not flashbacks, but just any scenes with current Jackson. Maybe later. Maybe
Mm,
later when something is revealed, we'll get it. But until that thing happens, we won't. Maybe
yep.
I'll tell you later what I mean
Okay.
by that.
Yeah. I mean, I have some thoughts too on what they could show there, but we'll see. So yeah.
All right. Bye bye, everybody. We'll see you next week with episode 5.
Oh yeah. Episode 5. I was about to say 4. It's going too fast. Okay, thanks for listening.
Cool. Let's get out of here. Bye bye.
Bye bye.